Oh, DJ Moore got paid. 4 more years is right on top of the 2 he still had. DJ Moore is going to be Bear for a long time. Welcome into an emergency podcast edition of the CHGO Bears podcast. And this emergency pod is brought to you by Indeed. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ALLCITY. That's Indeed.com/ALLCITY. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Well, DJ Moore did not need to use Indeed to get a job or anything like that because he just got a huge extension with 2 years remaining on his current deal, which shows you how much the Bears value DJ Moore. It's $110 million with I just lost here. Was $82 million or so guaranteed on top of what was already left on his deal. So that means as Adam Schefter was the one to break this and also give us this nugget, this means that over the course of the first 10 years of DJ Moore's NFL career, he had guaranteed money in every single one of those years. That is a rarity. That is a credit to DJ Moore. And shout out to the Bears for getting this thing done for their number one wide receiver. Carm, you're jumping on with us here, sort of last minute. This is an emergency edition. You were enjoying a nice birthday dinner, I think it sounded like, for a family member. So why don't you jump in and quickly give us your thoughts, because you're probably not going to stick around the whole time here.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to break away from any birthday dinner to celebrate a Bears move that is as logical and as dynamic, there's a word, as this one. Look, shout out to Ryan Poles, made the trade, brought DJ here, gave Justin Fields an opportunity with a great receiver, and DJ did his part last year. DJ did his part in the offseason. They, made him the face of the schedule release, and now, which means not a whole lot, but it just underlined how much they really appreciate DJ Moore. And look, every day you watch that guy in the practice field, he's doing the right things. He's dialed in. He's competitive. He's exactly what you want as a front-facing leader in the room, leader of the team, representative, the whole thing. And you want him here, obviously for the Caleb experience and then some. So the prices only keep going up in the NFL. That's the deal. You know enough about this dude. He's done everything right. And he didn't come in here, by the way. It's a long-winded answer. Sorry. But, he's like, I'm giving up my sweet house, and where am I going to live, and all those things. Remember that moment? Well, he obviously has fallen in love with Chicago enough to sign the deal. Money does, $27.5 million average annual. That's pretty sweet. But there's nothing not to like about this. I think it's a great day for the Chicago Bears.
Bragg's biggest contract the Bears have ever handed out as we get sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you because we before you even start talking, that's a first, but because Crystal just jumped in here with a $100 super chat. She says, let me start off with this. I can't send many more supers, guys, because I have to prepare my bank account for my Super Bowl tickets. We are going to the Super Bowl soon. I love this move for the Bears, and I'm ready for this ride. Bear down. Guys, love y'all. Bragg's biggest contract Bears have ever given out. Crystal, thank you so much.
Thank you, Crystal.
Huge super.
Yeah, 100%. It's a good move. It's a move I suggested here when Justin Jefferson got paid. A lot of wide receivers got paid here this offseason. And you've seen this here with Ryan Poles a little bit. He looks ahead. And look at the contract that he gave Cole Kmet here last year in the offseason at the same time. He's going to reward players that are the leaders on this team, that are showing it on and off the field, in the locker room, making plays. Today, DJ Moore streaking down the left sidelines. You're seeing that chemistry already building with Caleb Williams. And, you said, most money contract in Bears history. He's also the first wide receiver in NFL history to have guaranteed money every year of the first 10 years of his career. This is a guy that has had the likes of Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, Justin Fields last year, building chemistry with guys that have flaws or guys that just showed up and in his first year and develop chemistry right away. I mean, what were the numbers he put up with Justin in just 1 year last year? So imagine what he can do. And that was the suggestion I made when Justin Jefferson got signed. Like, hey, this rookie clock is a thing. Caleb Williams is a very talented quarterback, but the whole reason you make a move and why the value of having a guy like Caleb Williams on a rookie contract is to push all your chips in on the rest of the roster. And now you're doing that. You're lining up DJ Moore's contract directly with Rome Odunze and DJ Moore. You know, that's a smart move. This is your chance here. Your window is now, the next 5 years, to go after it. Before then, you have to start adjusting in the event that Caleb Williams is what we all hope he will become. And then you got to start paying big money at the quarterback position, and you won't be able to pay all these other positions. Don't stop there, Ryan Poles. Go right ahead and give Keenan Allen a 2 or 3 year deal. I don't care. This is the time to do it. Go trade for Matthew Judon. Right now is your window, even with a rookie quarterback. So I love the move. I love the extension to sign DJ Moore, get him lined up with Caleb Williams.
Carman, any response to that?
Well, look, the Keenan part of it, everything I've seen in training camp, like I'd like to see this guy here on another for a couple more years. And when he was talking about his desires, he's not looking to stop anytime soon. So that's an interesting piece, perhaps that they would consider extending. But you also have to, at some point, you also got to look at the cap, and you got to realize that you need another edge rusher. You need some help on the offensive line. So, when you start doing these contracts, and it is a luxury that they have Caleb on, but the cap is going to fill up fairly rapidly. It's already headed that way. I don't have numbers in front of me right now to fully break it down, but there will be some interesting decisions that are going to have to be made here as to where they continue to spend their dollars, because they do have needs, not just at the wide receiver position with Keenan, but also elsewhere. So I'll be very curious to see how Ryan Poles continues to allocate his money.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, not to make this all of a sudden a Keenan Allen podcast, but the thing about everything we've seen that's so good about Keenan Allen in camp, it's all there. But the biggest question with Keenan Allen is, can he still stay healthy in the regular season and give you a full season at his age? And we're not going to know that till the season begins. So I don't know if that's a rush right now to get that done. I think what's cool about this DJ Moore extension, if it's over the course 4 years added on to the last 2 of this deal, you're talking about 2 years into potentially, I know this is looking ahead, but this is what Ryan Poles is doing right now. But you have 4 years of this rookie contract window, right, for Caleb Williams, and then it's, well, how do you keep guys around into the next window when you have to pay the quarterback, presumably what's going to potentially make him the highest paid player in the league when that comes down the road 4 years from now. And this gives you some overlap of 2 years with DJ Moore. So that I think is important to keep in mind.
Well, exactly. And sorry, Carm, because the other point of when we had this conversation in July or whenever it was, or end of June, is the other half of this is they were going to give him a contract extension anyway. That was where I was like kind of just skipping ahead. Let get him paid now, because if in a year from now, if he put up the numbers he put up last year with Fields, theoretically he could go even crazier this year. You got more weapons around him to take less double teams off of him. He's going to be the guy that stretches the field. Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze are going to be more of the underneath type dudes, and DJ Moore is going to be your explosive play guy. He broke the bank again today, but it could have been even worse if you waited another year. So I have no issue with that, because my friend Jordan Anderson, who works for Riddell, the helmet company, he shared this stat with me: most receiving yards before turning 27 in NFL history. Randy Moss, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Larry Fitzgerald, number 5, DJ Moore. That's elite company, and those other 4 wide receivers had much better quarterbacks working with them. And so the whole theory is that Caleb Williams is going to put everybody over the top, and DJ's already been over the top with guys like Sam Darnold.
Well, it's interesting that the way you just named that. Look, how good is Rome Odunze? We don't know the answer to that yet. But in Randy Moss's rookie year, the Vikings went 15-1. Randall Cunningham was the quarterback, and Randy led the NFL in touchdown catches with 17. Is Caleb going to pop to anywhere near that level as rookie year? How good is Rome with him? If he's middling around and he's, say he ends up the year with 500 receiving yards and Keenan plays, well, then you're going to extend the guy. But you got to also remember, they've got Brisker they got to pay, maybe if they want to pay him. They got Kyler Gordon who they got to pay, maybe if they want to pay him. They've got Tevin Jenkins who they got to pay, maybe if he still stays healthy, they got to pay him. There's going to be a bunch of dudes coming up here that they're going to have to make decisions on. So it's just going to get more complicated, more challenging. Some guys they're going to keep and some guys they're going to let go.
Yeah, 100%. You got to pick, and you got to pick your spots. I mean, let's remember the Kansas City Chiefs made the tough decision to trade Tyreek Hill in the middle of their window, and they managed to keep it rolling. And now they're reaping the benefits of some of the draft capital they got back in return. So these are all big decisions that are good that you have to make when things are going well. And the Bears are not quite there yet, but they are moving. I think trying to get ahead of the game. This is all from a big master plan of Ryan Poles, who did come from the Kansas City organization. Let's keep that in mind. I have a lot to say about this, but Carm, I know you got to go. So Window, it's still your floor right now if you want to add anything else before you get out of here.
Okay. Well, look, again, credit to Poles. Made the trade, brought a guy in with first-class character, just somebody who's super well respected in the room, which I just appreciate all of it. And look, the reality is, Keenan may be great, and he's been super receiver friendly so far in training camp. But Hoge, you mentioned his health issues. He's in his early 30s, so you're not sure right now what you're doing with Keenan. And as optimistic as you are on Rome, you don't know what you have yet. So this was a for sure thing. DJ Moore can play. DJ Moore is great in the locker room. DJ Moore works at it, so you can bet on his health. The guy's been very consistent. So this was the only for sure thing you had in that room. You had to have some for sure thing with Caleb. This was a good bet to make, and Poles made it. And I think 100% was the right thing to do.
Well, and I'll say this much to you, Mark, because I know I'm doing the I Told You So tour. I never take a break from the I Told You So's when I have an opportunity, and I know you do too, Carm. And in that show, one of the sidetrack arguments we had was, well, who's the better receiver, DJ Moore or Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had also gotten paid? And so if we're dictating what the market says who's better, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 years, $120 million. DJ Moore, 4 years, $110 million.
So I won.
So you win. I'm giving you a flower before you leave.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I mean, that's nice. By the way, Mark, to my right, I'm watching these people play tennis, and they all stink, and I could rip all of them, but that's good. They're working on their games.
All right, well, you need to be focused. You need to go down there and be their ball boy.
No, that's not what they call him. He's not a ball boy. It's, what is it?
I'm an elite ball man, damn it.
Ball crew. Carm specifically is a ball boy. Carm, go enjoy the rest of your evening.
I appreciate you guys carrying this one tonight. And, hey, I love that this is what we do. Something happens, we pop on there, and we're here for you. So it's, keep rocking, and can't wait to see you guys tomorrow at training camp.
100%. We will be there. We'll keep the thing rolling. And yes, this is show number 2. I got a Hogan Johns to do tonight too. Braggs, you want to join that one too? Go for the triple header, because that's coming up later tonight.
Let's go. I might pass out.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. But no, I'm
I
great.
Just got off 294.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Actually, that is good for you. You did manage to go from Vernon Hills back to Northwest Indiana, and the Bears were kind enough to wait until you got home to get the the ink dry on this deal. Quick shout out to Miller Lite, big sponsor of this program, and we love Miller Lite. And the thing is, a lot has changed over the years. The one thing that hasn't, that's the great taste of Miller Lite. And another thing that hasn't changed is that it's less filling. So Braggs, what do you think is the best thing about the original Light beer, because Miller Lite sparked this debate in 1975. And quite frankly, it still has not been settled. Great taste or less filling. I don't know which one's better. But the reality is Miller Lite keeps it simple. Undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. A light beer that tastes like beer. Less filling and only 96 calories. The original light beer since 1975. And the reality is you do not have to choose what's best. Miller Lite has great taste and is less filling. It tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/CHGO football, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces, fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
That's right. And if we're going to try to settle the debate, I'd probably say less filling because I'm trying to watch my figure, trying to look good. And if you want to keep looking good, you make sure you hit up our guys over at Shady Rays using the code CHGO. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays has you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. I literally have probably 10 pairs at this point, and they definitely have a style in your favorite team's colors, including the Bears. I wear my Shady Rays all day long. Was wearing them at camp. I'll be wearing them at Wrigley on Friday. Be wearing them back at training camp on Sundays. So, but if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit or ding, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair and return worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. They are for the people. So your shades get messed up, you don't like them, you can always get one in return that fits your needs. So exclusively for all our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code CHGO for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades are rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
With the big news, we got a lot of people watching right now. We appreciate you jumping on and following our emergency podcast here presented by Indeed. And we understand with breaking news and emergency pods, sometimes we get some new viewers here. So if you're here for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. We went over 58,000 YouTube subscribers yesterday on our CHGO Sports channel. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Come join us. We do shows every single day, Monday through Friday. Of course, during training camp, schedule's a little different. We go every single day. There's a practice, but you're getting at least 5 shows from us, usually 6 or 7 during the season. And this is going to be your home for the most Bears coverage throughout this entire exciting 2024 season. And this move only increases that excitement as well.
And to your point real quick, because Anders Ivarson was asking in the chat, will there be a CHGO tailgate for opening day versus the Titans? Me and my friend are flying in from Sweden, and I want Anders and everyone else to know the links are already up on allchgo.com/events, the official CHGO tailgate, best in the city, over at the corner of Wabash and Cermak. You can get your tickets right now. So we are ready, week 1. So make sure you hit it up. Season is coming quick. Get your week 1 plans going. And for all the season, we're going to be at the corner of Wabash and Cermak with our friends over at the Chicago Bears Tailgating Club. Literally the gold standard for tailgating for a Bears game. You will not be disappointed when you come. It is one hell of a party, and we will be there having fun with you guys. So excited to see you, Anders, coming all the way from Sweden to check out the Bears week 1. That's going to be a fun day.
And we recruited Barbara, season ticket holder for over 60 years. We saw her. We met her.
63 years.
63 years. We met her at practice today. We told her, hey, you got to come to the CSGO tailgate. And she's, I don't know if she committed to week 1, but she's definitely coming to a tailgate this season. And it's fans like that make it so special. All right. I haven't really been able to dive into my thoughts on this extension. Want to make sure Carm got his thoughts in there before he had to jump. But look, I just want to say this. I am a big advocate for players getting their money however they need to get it. Some guys need to hold out. We're seeing that across the league. There's a lot of guys right now holding in, holding out, whatever they're doing. And sometimes that's what you have to do to get paid the most money. And it works a lot of the times. So kudos to those players. I don't have any problem with that. I just want to put that out there before I say this. And that is DJ Moore, especially at the wide receiver position, is just an example of zero drama. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to produce. I'm going to be there for my family and never complain about things. Veteran presence in the locker room, leader, always available to the media, no matter what's going on, including when shit was hitting the fan early last season. And so good for him and good for the Bears for taking care of him with zero drama. We didn't see this guy. I mean, granted, he had 2 years left on his deal, so it's not like he had to hold out now, but we are seeing wide receivers get paid right now, and there's more coming. Jamar Chase in Cincinnati is next. Justin Jefferson just got $140 million. And I think DJ Moore is just going about his business. He understands that he's among the top wide receivers in the league. If you look at his numbers over the course of his career, they're up there with some of the best wide receivers ever to play across the same time periods of their career. But he's just coming to work. Matt Eberflus called him the hardest worker on the team back in the spring. And these are types of guys that you want to reward. These are the types of guys that you just want to take care of. Last year, it was Cole Kmet. This year, it's DJ Moore. They might not be the best players at their positions, but they're among the best, and they're incredibly valuable to the Bears. So you take care of those guys. You lock them up long-term. You avoid future holdouts. You avoid, on the Bears side, you avoid having to make DJ Moore the highest paid wide receiver in the league, which he deserves to be up there, but he doesn't deserve to be number one. The Packers just had to make Jordan Love the highest paid player in the league. He's not the best player in the league. Right. You know what I mean? So this is just, I think it's great for both sides. DJ Moore gets plenty of money to take care of his family for a long time. He's locked into being a Chicago Bear now for the next 6 years, if it goes that long. And I just think these are the types of deals that you like to see players like this just be rewarded. And that part of it is really, really cool, Greg.
No, you're 100% right. When you talk about taking care of his family, the Bears just shared a photo before they made this announcement of his daughter, Ari Moore. DJ Romadunze hung out well after practice today, signing autographs for fans. And there's Ari Moore. It says Ari Moore, absolute icon, signing an autograph for kids waiting for DJ. You can see DJ in the background taking a selfie with a fan, and there she is putting the ink on the football. And like you said, that picture kind of embodies what he's brought to this team. Just a family man, a good dude, hard worker. There he is, taking care of the fans as well. And obviously one of the most talented players, if not the most talented player on this team. And so good for him. And yes, Ryan Poles got fair market value for him. He got fair market value for Cole Kmet. He had to go through a negotiation process with Jalen Johnson that was a little different than those guys. But at the end of the day, got a good deal done with him as well. So he's rewarding the leaders in that locker room, and that's going to resonate with other guys. He got Montez Sweat paid as soon as he got in here. So, Ryan Poles isn't perfect. He's made his mistakes along the way and cut ties with Chase Claypool fairly quickly last year. But he's made more good moves than bad from my assessment at this point. It's put this whole franchise in a really good spot, especially for the next 5 years. And it's exciting. And I'm happy for DJ Moore, and I'm excited to see where the Bears can go here.
Let's pop some supers in here. I know we've had a couple already, but a good time to hit a couple of these. Brawl Sack, $20, saying the timing. Odunze, Kmet, Moore, Caleb for 5 years, no breaks. Oh, and this celebration will be on Hard Knocks as well. I hope it is. It'd be cool to see the behind the scenes part of that. And yeah, I mean, they're building a core. They're building a core here that you want to have around for a long time. And I hate to, it always coming back to the quarterback, but it really does. I mean, this all kind of depends on that Caleb is that guy. And so far we're seeing those indications, those early indications that he should be. there's probably going to be some rookie struggles, but if this all goes according to plan, the Bears should be set here for a nice window of opportunity for, really that at least the length of this DJ Moore contract now, which stretches 6 years. Tanner Smith, $5 jumps in. Greggy says, I was on the toilet when the news broke. No better place to lose my shit.
Okay,
very
then.
Graphic.
Yes,
very graphic,
that is.
but probably accurate. Yeah.
If we're taking that literally, that does sound like an emergency pod. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's to your point. You've got these guys lined up. This is the window of opportunity. And I know I was getting greedy early on, like, hey, run it back. Let's get Keenan paid too. That's just because I'm all offense all day long. I understand we need to address some other spots, especially in the trenches on the offensive line and things of that nature. But when you consider the fact that Keenan theoretically might only be here for 1 year, Roma Dunze, as we were saying, in the offseason, Roma Dunze is a rookie, Tyler Scott you have in control for the next few years. And then, if you got to only 1 year left in DJ Moore's deal and he played really well this year, it would have put you in a tight spot where you were going to have to really, cater to his demands in a lot of ways. He'd have, a ground to stand on, and he could have bet on himself. And so that shows you, like, to your point, Hoge, that it isn't all about that for him. Just get it out of the way, get your money, get your family set up for years to come, and let's go play some football and hopefully win some championships.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, that one of those deals that just reeks of this being good for both sides. You avoid all the drama, which clearly seems to be something DJ Moore wants no part of. And again, that's not to hold that against the players that do need to hold out or request trades like Brandon Ayuk's dealing with in San Francisco. Matthew Judon, which all of a sudden is a name I know it's been thrown out there today, is maybe somebody the Bears should keep tabs on. Maybe they do. I mean, some of these things, end up going your way. This is how the Bears landed Khalil Mack, right? Franchise tag, holding out, demanded a trade. Eventually it all came together. But in this case, both sides get to avoid all that with DJ Moore. Steven dropping this in, our producer. DJ is 3,695 receiving yards away from the all-time record. That is that the Bears record?
Yes.
So that's probably happened. That's probably happening.
Is
right?
the record Johnny Morris, right?
Yes.
Is that the wide receiver? And he had because remember they asked some of the wide receiver. They said, "Do you know what the record is?" And
they laughed, right?
Yeah, they were like, they thought they were like, "You mean for a season?" They're like, "No, for a career, 5,000 yards. That's all you got to break to be the greatest receiver in franchise history." So yeah, only 3,000 yards away, or what did he say? 3,700. So how many years will that take him? Well, last year,
2026 season.
Last year, he had 96 catches for 1,364 yards and 8 touchdowns, all career highs, by the way, in his first year working with Justin Fields. And so, as you've said a million times, Hoge, if at the very least right now, Caleb's, starting point is where Justin's ceiling was, then you got to expect that similar numbers are going to be had for DJ Moore. He's getting these numbers regardless of who the quarterback is. This isn't trying to throw shade at any of those quarterbacks. It's to really shine a spotlight on just how great DJ Moore is. And that's fine. I'm on Ross St. Brown, got paid a little more. I still don't. I'll give Carman's flowers. The market agrees with him. I don't agree with the market. I'm bullheaded. We all saw that on the noon show today, or the post-practice show today. And I also, if the top 100 for the NFL that they keep releasing for these players, if DJ Moore is not on that list, you guys don't know what you're doing. And apparently it's the players that vote on this list. So the players don't know what they're doing. And I'll take it up with every single one of them. If I have to, one by one, we'll bring them on the stream and I'll shame them for not putting DJ Moore in the top 100. They even released the 10 that just missed, and he still wasn't on that part of the list. So, you guys are on notice, NFL players. I'm putting you on notice. DJ Moore should be on the top 100 list.
Well, and I think what's really remarkable, what DJ Moore has already accomplished in his career, is he really has not worked with a great quarterback yet.
Right.
And so, to do what he's done with, I mean, you look at the weapons the Bears added. It would be easy to make an argument that DJ Moore's numbers could dip a little bit this year just because the ball being spread around. On the other hand, if Caleb Williams, takes a jump in receiving in passing yards, which probably should happen too, then it could be right where it was last year with Justin Fields as well. A lot more to, at least a little bit more, I should say, coming up on this. This will not be a full hour show, though. If you want to get some supers in, more chats, we will continue to discuss some things with this DJ Moore show. But we did have an episode earlier today. If you want to just check out everything that happened at practice today as well. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow for tomorrow's practice too. We're expecting to hear from DJ Moore at Hallis Hall, so we'll bring you all of that in tomorrow's show as well. In the meantime, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Sunnyside, because Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. They have a crazy selection with over 100 different strains to choose from, with easy online ordering and in-store pickup wherever you are in Illinois. Sunnyside has a location for you. They're all over the city. You can go as far south as Champaign or as far north as South Beloit. I don't know if you know where South Beloit is, but if you go any farther north of that, you're in Wisconsin. So they got you covered all across Illinois. Stop in the store nearest you for expert guidance from their staff, or select from quality lines like Cresco or Floracal. You can also check out the Good News Tea Time disposable vape, bringing classic lemonade flavor, perfect for the course, because we all need a little help staying loose on the green, especially Greg Braggs. And you can go to Sunnyside right now, pick that up. Or you can go to sunnyside.shop for bright buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. Enter promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders.
Yeah, and I just want to give everybody a quick reminder that you only have today and tomorrow to sign up for our London trip. This is it. If you've been thinking about it, you're getting holding off, you've got till July 31st, tomorrow, to sign up for our amazing trip with True Fan Travel, heading over to London, October 9th through the 15th, when we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We were both there the last time we played at that stadium. It is an unreal venue to watch a game.
It's awesome.
And it's awesome. And we have the tickets for you to the game if you sign up with us in the package. So like tickets in the secondary market and saying you're not getting tickets, right from them. We already supply the tickets to you when you sign up, and flights to London are included. 4 to 5 star hotel accommodations, close to all the action. We're going to have a welcome event as soon as we get there. A private boat cruise on River Thames, all-inclusive tailgate party close to the stadium day of the game. As I said, an upper level ticket, so you'll be in the stadium hanging out with us. I'll be sitting with you going absolutely bonkers. Transportation to and from the airport and to and from the game. On-site trip coordinators in case you get lost with me somewhere in London because we've been drinking too heavily. That may or may not happen. Breakfast every morning with Carm. Hopefully he gets his freshly squeezed lemonade or orange juice, and then a meet and greet and hang out and bunch of live shows. So make sure you head to truefantravel.com to make your deposit and secure your spot while you can. Because like I said, you got till tomorrow for the London trip. We're also going to Arizona. We'll do plenty of promotion for that trip. You got a little more time to sign up for that. But for the London trip, it's now or never. So I hope you can sign up and join us for an unforgettable trip.
By the way, shout out to Simone Biles and the U.S. Women's Olympic team, gymnastics team, because they won gold. And that
should you have said spoiler alert? I mean, I don't know. People might have recorded it. Don't give me that look. I don't know.
Well, I get it, but like it's all over. It's literally all over every inch of the internet and TV and everything.
Okay.
So I get they're going to show it tonight, but it was. I mean, I guess I apologize if you didn't know, but if you're gonna you're that excited about it, you probably already knew. Anyway, but shout out to her and Jonathan Owens, the Bears safety, who was there in Paris, got to fly over and witness that in person. So his wife is now, I mean, she was already a gold medalist. She's the most decorated gymnast of all time, but another gold for, their family to enjoy too, which is pretty cool. Didn't Robert Quinn's sister, did she win gold or which? Remember that a few years ago? Because that's what led to, someone help me out. Who is the linebacker they ended up signing? Oh my God, why am I blanking on him? They had a party at House Hall, like a watch party.
Right.
And Robert Quinn's ex-teammate and friend came, and then they ended up signing him at linebacker, and he ended up playing like the whole season. Who was that? Why am I someone in the? I mean, Gary Ross is already probably.
Gary, what are you doing, Gary? Jesus, one time.
His sister was an Olympian. I just can't remember if she won gold or not. I'm pretty sure she won something, but all right, someone's gonna drop it.
Alec Ogletree, Eric Bochamp.
That's what it was.
Okay.
That's
very good.
So
you guys are smart.
Another Summer Olympics and close ties to the Chicago Bears. Maybe the Bears can win gold in NFL football.
Something.
That'd be great.
Just get to the playoffs.
A division. Let's start with a division would be great.
Just beat the Packers for the first time in 10 tries. That's just beat the green and gold once, please.
Yeah,
we're back.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, one more super to get to, and then we'll wrap this up with some final thoughts. Seth Crane jumping in here, $5. Shout out the diehards. We were talking about a DJ extension happening this year back in April. Become a diehard. That's a great point by Seth. These are the types of discussions you can have behind the scenes, not only with the rest of diehards, but we jump in there too. We have a Discord. We have a lot of Discords. If you're a Blackhawks fan, you can jump in that Discord. Things were popping today with the trade deadline with the White Sox and the Cubs. And by the way, we had a bunch of shows with all that going on too, which is another reason why you should hit the subscribe button here. But allchgo.com/diehard. And I already wrote my newsletter for tomorrow morning. You'll get that in your inbox. If you are a CHGO diehard, you get that every day during training camp when the Bears practice. You have a newsletter to the next morning. And that's kind of more about Caleb Williams not playing in the Hall of Fame game this weekend, which had Brags heated earlier today. If you want to go back and check out that podcast, you can as well, either here on our YouTube channel or wherever you listen to your podcast. Go hit subscribe there as well. Brags, any final thoughts on this big news tonight with DJ Moore getting paid, locked up for a total of 6 years remaining on his deal now?
Yeah, I mean, quick thought for me. I mean, we've talked a lot about DJ Moore and how deserving he is of this, but I want to continue to sing the praises of one Ryan Poles. You know, when he showed up here, he had a plan for this team, and it was hard. They got rid of Khalil Mack. They got rid of a lot of different players. They ripped it down to the studs. Obviously didn't put Justin in the best chance because there was a rebuild in the middle of his development. But at the same time, you know, trying to build this team up and putting this team on the right path in terms of the draft equity that they've gotten the last couple years, some of the free agents they've started to bring in, and then the players that they've re-signed that were already here. So I just really have been impressed from day one with Ryan Poles, the way he carries himself. He's one of the younger GMs, you know, and George McCaskey trusted this guy. He came in, and George many times hired guys that would try to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, and Ryan Poles convinced him, like, we got to do this the right way. And I don't know if it's going to work out. It's failed many times. Many plans have failed here in Chicago. Many players have, but it just feels right with this guy. He really has put this team in one of the most sensible paths where you can see the logic and see the direction and see the light at the end of the tunnel, that this team might actually be good and might actually get to the mountaintop one day, and we can all be celebrating when we get there. And Ryan Poles I'll be building him a damn statue when we get there.
Out of bricks?
Yes, out of bricks, which
okay,
is going to be tricky, but we'll do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know you knew how to build statues, so I'm just.
I do.
It'll be a brick by brick statue?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I like it. I can't wait to see it. This is good. I'm with you, man. This is the plan is there. The plan makes sense. Too many times in the past, the plan has been questionable. And while not all of the results have been perfect, I feel like the majority of the results so far have been very, very good. I still maintain that the trade the Bears pulled off last year, even though they did pass on CJ Stroud, if Caleb hits, this thing's going to be talked about as the greatest trade in Chicago sports history when it's all said and done. And we're going to be talking about it for years and years to come, because this is the DJ Moore was a huge part of it. And I mean, I still remember being shocked that night when that trade finally went down, that they got a player as good as DJ Moore in return. And everything that he had been in his career has continued now in a year plus with the Chicago Bears, and he is rewarded for it tonight with a huge, massive $110 million contract, $82 million guaranteed. He's going to be a Chicago Bear for a long time. Alex Ammerling jumping in with another super $2. Poles is killing it. Well-deserved DJ. Bear down. Great way to end the show tonight. Kevin was in here too. Kevin Majewski, $4.99. Just like that, the Bears have a core for the next 5 years. Yeah, it's there. Kind of, you got to have a core. Blackhawks had a great core for their run, right?
Yep.
This is another show we had on our network today. Apparently, Jonathan Toews wasn't among the top 25 players in the NHL over this current century we're in. Like, what?
I don't know. I try to get the Blackhawks guys to explain hockey to me every day, and I'll never understand it.
But even that, like, Jonathan Toews has to be in the top 25 over the players in the league since 2000.
Right.
What? That's bizarre. So if you want to check that out, they had a show on that today. That's the type of content you can get every single day here on CHGO. Jonathan Otten, $5 says, Brick Juice, baby. Bears are so back. Speaking of Brick Juice, this is similar. It's called bourbon, and it doesn't have Coke in it. So the next time you come to my house and you wait, you're welcome to always drink my bourbon. Just don't waste it. If you're gonna go with some Coke in there, use the cheap stuff. Don't waste the good stuff.
I looked for the cheap stuff. I was literally cursing your name as I was going through your elitist whiskey bottles. That I'm a Crown guy. That's right, Crown. Join us here at CHGO as a sponsor. I'm ripping through your bottles. So but I'm going through Hoge selection. There are all these different unique whiskey things. I'm like, come on. Just give me some Crown. I'm looking in every drawer. I'm like, no, he's got all these high and mighty whiskey bottles. And then I found a good one. And yes, I did make a mixed drink. Sue me, okay? I'm not an on the rocks guy. I'm a whiskey and diet all day, So don't judge me, okay? So much and you know what? You don't get to shame me to end this show as now the resident ball knower of everything that is CHGO Bears. I called this contract a month and a half ago. You said
victory.
Yes, I do. You said I was crazy. You said shut up,
the most
Bragg.
obvious player on the roster that deserves an extension. Great job.
We had a pre-show meeting, and you're like, you're an idiot. We shouldn't talk about this shit on the show. I go, we're talking about it on the show. Then we talked about it. You called me an idiot on the show. So now we're here. The Bears show on Twitter. I'm the ball knower. Miller, Bro Delicious. I'm the ball knower. Total Anarchy. What'd I tell you today? Ball knower. Meatball. Moron. Not humble. Let's go.
Okay, I think you covered it there with all the adjectives. That's great. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sorry about my bourbon selection.
It's good. It's very
excellent.
good.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll develop the palate of an adult.
I'm just messing with you. You can enjoy the bourbon as much as you want. Can't wait till the next time you're in my basement.
Yes, sir.
Which will be over the weekend, probably.
You're lucky I didn't hang out and then this happened, because then Braggs would have been sleeping in your basement is probably how that would have ended up.
That's a scary thought.
You should be grateful that this went down the way it did.
I am very, very grateful. All right. We're out of here. Make sure you go check out today's earlier show about practice and all the stuff we saw from Caleb, which include a great deep throw to DJ Moore, which obviously is what clinched his extension We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Thank you to Steven, our awesome producer, for jumping on. Thank you to Carm as well. Nicholas Moriano will have some content up, a written analysis of this contract, what it means for the Bears, a little bit later on tonight at allchgo.com. And again, if you become a diehard, allchgo.com/diehard, you get my newsletter tomorrow morning as well. Come to London with us. Tomorrow is the deadline. TruthTravel.com. Going to be a great time, and can't wait to see you there. In the meantime, we'll talk to you tomorrow right here on the CHGO Bears Podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.